All right, Brock, let's keep it going here. Would you like to stay with wrestling in a backstage capacity when you're done in the ring? I don't even know if you've thought that far yet.
I haven't even remotely thought that far ahead.
Yeah.
If I'm fortunate enough to have a 30-year run where people want to listen to me when it's all said and done, then
Right.
yes, I will entertain that notion, but that is not on my radar at the moment.
Okay. This one's for both of you guys. Amy wants to know, when are you going to be coming back to the Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri area? I need you to autograph my Slam Buddy. So do you guys have any future appointments or signings or anything coming up anytime soon?
What is the state area? Kentucky? And
She's
where else?
Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri.
Nothing is on the books at this time, but
Okay.
that can change at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll keep you posted, Amy. You know, that's one of the things we try to do here on the show is make sure you're aware of where Arn and Brock are going to be. Scott Golden is up next, and he says, Brock, what was the most challenging thing to learn in training? And Arn, is there anything that Brock has learned quicker than you expected? So we'll start with you, Brock. Most challenging thing for you to learn in your training?
It is tough. I guess the most challenging thing would be just certain moves that you would watch growing up, and these guys made them look so easy. And then you get in there and try them, and you're like, this is actually pretty hard. Like that, like when Triple H would send a guy off the ropes and scoop him up in like a sidewalk slam and drop him right on his knee.
Yeah.
I always thought that looked great. And then I tried it, and I fell over with the guy, and it looked horrendous. So just little things like that, moves that you had watched your whole life, and these guys that were so good made them look immaculate. You get in there and you're like, God, it's just a testament to how good those guys were. So I'd say that would probably be the toughest part of training.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of stuff that as a fan we look at, like you said, and we're like, oh, okay, I can do that move, but getting there and doing it completely different.
Yeah.
Because you're also counting on your opponent to do what they're supposed to do, your own balance. It's excellent, like Bret Hart, excellence of execution. There's a real thing to that,
Yes.
the technique. All right, Arn, is there anything that Brock has learned quicker than you expected?
Well, the one thing that he gets, but he has to work on like everybody else, pretty much every young guy in the business. And this is my advice when they ask, slow down. Do not move on to something else until you have gotten everything you can get out of a particular move. If you're going to punch a guy in the mouth, okay, let me see what the effects are before you move to the next thing or the next attempt. Rushing is the biggest mistake guys can make. If I slam a guy and I look at the crowd like, oh yeah, you want to see another one? And if I look around and he's on his feet, why did I just slam him? It had absolutely no effect, and it's just a waste. And the audience can't tell you what's hokey and funky about it, but because it does hurt to get slammed. Anybody don't believe it? Come on over and I'll slam you. It hurts like a son of a bitch. So the main thing that I tell Brock, he gets wound up in a match like he should be wound up, and he'll punch a guy 5 or 6 times when he probably could have got away with 1 or 2 good ones. And he's picking that up. It's fundamentals. It takes a long time to learn the fundamentals in this business. There's giving a backdrop and there's taking a backdrop, and people don't realize how hard it is to do either one and make it look acrobatic. And that's a move that is supposed to be high, smooth, and it is like ballet. Some things aren't meant to be. They're meant to be. A Spinebuster is supposed to be high impact. It's not ballet.